That's right, another episode, part 2 for feelings related with marketing and shopping, okay? Last week's episode, but boom, check it out right here. I covered 4 pairs of synonyms that can be used to describe certain feelings that we have in certain shopping situations, okay? I'm gonna follow up with the next 4 pairs. I've split up these videos because I don't wanna make them too long and I wanna keep your attention, okay? Remember that these videos are for fluency, whether you're a teacher looking for language that you wanna use in your lessons, or you're a language learner and you want to up the ante on your language abilities and your fluency. These episodes might help with some ideas from all the lessons that I do. So stay tuned, because right after this brief intro, I'm coming in, as you know, hot and ready and fast. All right, let's do it. What are we waiting for? So 4 pairs to go in part 2 of this series. Here we go. The first pair, which I teased you with last time that I was gonna share, and then I decided, nah, you're gonna have to wait for the next episode, is infuriating and maddening. Synonym words both basically mean that something that makes you angry. And just to clarify here, again, you can Google everything with definitions. I'm here to provide context for when the words can be used properly, okay? So with infuriating, it's something that makes you incredibly angry, okay? So it's going to be in the context of very serious, especially when you're trying to get approval for building your house, or you require someone else's assistance to make progress with something like building, renovating, and paperwork is required. Whenever there's bureaucracy, there's typically going to be parts that are going to be infuriating because you feel like they're pointless or very time consuming, and this like gets us angry, okay? Maddening, all those examples I just gave, I suppose you can use it more or less the same, but maddening is going to be something that's a little bit more trivial and not so serious, like building or construction or renovation or bureaucratic, okay? Maddening is going to be like when every time you go to the supermarket to do your shopping, you have a brand that you love to get, and very often you look on the shelf and they're out of stock. It's never there when you really need to get it, yeah? So this is maddening if it's happening very often. Maddening is anger, but mixed with annoyance. Like it's driving you crazy that it keeps happening to you, okay? So maybe it's an item that's out of stock that you really need badly and it keeps happening to you again. If something is repetitive, it can be maddening, like the sound of something at night when you're sleeping and that you can hear. You know that like some of those clocks have the second hand making a sound each time, tick tick tick, and you hear it when the apartment or the home is quiet. That can be maddening. So those are those 2 words. Let's move it on. Next one is reassuring and comforting. These are more or less the same thing. It's hard to differentiate here. Basically, whenever you witness something or you hear certain words spoken by somebody, you can feel comforted. You can feel reassured. Think about when you're going to the doctor and you're waiting for the news about how that person that you love is doing, okay? Family member, otherwise. If the doctor gives you optimism or hope in the person's condition, you feel comforted. You feel reassured that things are going to be okay. The same thing goes if your boss is telling you that your job is not in danger and that you're not going to lose it anytime soon, okay? This is comforting, this is reassuring. When you go to a shop and you're buying something and you know it's always there and it's dependable and you can always find it, this is reassuring and comforting because you know you don't have to spend a lot of time searching, trying to find it. Very important for some people who require certain ingredients when they go to the supermarket or certain foods that they love. The next one. Rousing and stirring, like stir the pot. Something that's rousing means it gets a reaction from you, okay? You react to it. Very often this is going to be with entertainment. If you're consuming a lot of entertainment, there are certain openings or things that people say or images that are shown to you that stir a reaction, rouses a reaction. Anything that's rousing or stirring, they're more or less interchangeable. They're going to get a reaction from you, and I would like to emphasize that it can be both positive and negative. Typically, I want to say that it's going to be negative. Think about being in a crowd and some person does something that the crowd doesn't like. It's going to stir the crowd, rouse the crowd. However, if you're in a situation where there's a giveaway, something for free, or you can win in a lottery, this is rousing or stirring because then you're excited and you want to quickly take advantage of the situation, okay? Final pair. Tempting and enticing. This is my favorite pair and I've left it for last because of that. These words are great because they can be used very regularly when we're talking about our resistance to all the advertising and marketing around us. When we are exposed to marketing and advertising, it's very tempting or very enticing to shop and keep shopping and buying more and more and more, and we can't seem to find the will to stop it, and we succumb to temptation. Okay, so you can probably guess temptation is going to be the cake in the shop. When you're walking in the mall and you go past a shop like that and everything is right in front of you there and it looks amazingly good and absolutely delicious and you got a sweet tooth, the temptation is almost too strong for a lot of people, right? This is tempting. Enticing, it's also usable here. Enticement is more about persuasion, getting you to do something, and not so much direct marketing like the cake that's so visual right in front of you, okay? Temptation is going to be when you're trying to quit cigarettes and you're around smokers. This is going to make you very tempted to also have a cigarette even though you're trying to quit. It's the same if you're trying to quit any negative behavior. You're going to be tempted to want to pick it up again if you're around people that you're seeing that are doing it. That's clear what temptation is. Enticement, being enticed, it means the same thing, but maybe the context here is that you are thinking about going on a vacation and you're watching YouTube videos and boom, all of a sudden this amazing place pops up with incredible images and video of a place that you never even considered or thought about, and it's enticing. It's very enticing for you to go online, start doing research, and try and find a flight or a way to go there. So you've been enticed, just like that. Is it temptation? No, I feel like we associate it more with food and consumption. And this one with the trip or other things, like where you're enticed to take action or take part, that is going to be more for the enticing. I hope that's helped. You can find more examples online. Thank you for your viewership. Share if you care. Remember, there's always more, and I'll be back. It's all about that fluency. See ya.